Okay, we're live. Where am I? Adding ads. There you go. We are live. Okay. Can I hear myself? Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Today, we're discussing, of course, the Steelers game preview. Have my keys to victory. How the Steelers are going to win this game, and also just breaking down the offense and defense things they need to do in this game to make sure they win. So if you're watching the video after the live stream, go ahead and leave your score prediction, leave your keys to victory, and what you think the Steelers need to do to win the game, and just leave predictions of stats. How many sacks are the Steelers gonna get this game, or turnovers like that. I want to see the defense going out there and playing better, and how many rushing yards is the defense gonna allow this game too. That's the main question. So we'll see what happens. But let's start off first with the Patriots. Let's see the Patriots. If you're watching after, just leave your stuff down below. Let's see, Patriots. They played well last game. And the Patriots got a good team. You got Drake May. And I like Drake May. I talk about him a lot on the other channel. Like that. Drake May is a good player. He played good last week against the Dolphins. Went out there, handled business against the division opponent. So we need to make sure we just stay with it. The Steelers have been struggling in mostly the run, but also the pass too. It's been kind of like just bad. It's just like we've been getting cooked in the passing game, cooked in the run game. So it's like teams have been doing everything they want to do. Because Sam Darnold, in the first half, the Steelers did a good job in stopping Sam Darnold. At one point, they had the 2 turnovers in the first half, got the interception, both interceptions. Jalen Ramsey had one, then Cam Hayward hit one up for Herb Big to get it. But then after that, second half, they started playing completely different football, and Sam Darnold started doing what he wanted to do because they was able to run the ball and open up so much more. Kenneth Walker had all these rushing yards. I think he was averaging like 7 yards per carry that game, which is crazy. He had all his rushing yards, and even that one at the end of the game where he had on third down, third and goal, when they got pushed back, he just ran right through the whole defense and just scored a touchdown. So teams been doing everything they want on us. Even the Jets, they were able to pass the ball on us, run the ball on us. We got lucky, of course, in the end, but it still came down to just not playing good. What's up, people? What's up? The whole team need to play better. Yes, the whole team need to play better. Our defense was absolute trash and will continue to be until they make some serious changes. Yes, that is true. It said put Yaha Black at nose tackle. They need to do something like that because Kendall Bennett not really built for a nose tackle spot. Yaha Black is like 6'5", almost 300 pounds. Put a big body there. I feel like the Steelers been kind of playing soft football. I want to see Cole Holcomb utilized a lot more. I want to see us use Jabril Peppers. We just got Juwan Bentley as well. Like that, we signed him. Use him as well. Utilize all the big bodies like that. We need some guys who are going to get downhill and turn these teams to one-dimensional teams. Because for some reason, we haven't been able to do what we do best either. Like get to the quarterback and sack the quarterback. That's the main thing. One thing the Steelers always had throughout their whole time is getting to the quarterback consistently. And for some reason, they haven't been able to do that. So, yeah. He said, what's up, Gene? He said the whole team needs to step up. Yes. He said, other than Boz, pay that man. Yes, Jerry, we got to pay Boz. Boz, I think last year his deal, he'll be the highest paid kicker. Might as well. The man has been the most consistent thing the Steelers been having so far in the past, really 5 or 6 years, really, because he won a lot of games for us last year. And we had lower tier QB play. We had Kenny Pickett, Mr. Trubisky. He won a lot of games for us then too as well. But basically, all you gotta do is just go out there and just play your style of football. Play your style of football, you'll be good. You can't expect Aaron Rodgers to save you. He's not going to play like week one Aaron Rodgers every week. He's 41 years old. He's not LeBron James. LeBron James, that's a different animal. Tom Brady is a different animal. Aaron Rodgers is great. He's a future Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, but those guys are different. You can't expect Aaron Rodgers to save you every game. So you can go out there and play your part and keep the score low. Like last year, he did a good job in some of those games. And even when we had Pickett and Trubisky as quarterbacks, sometimes the games are always so low, so we were able to find a way to win the game, even if we didn't have the best offensive surge. But now, for some reason, the defense is just giving up a little bit. He said, He said, no, they need to build a new D-line. Well, they do need to build a new D-line, but can't do it right now. Can't do it in the season. It's too late now. You got to wait to probably the off season. But I hope they do build the D-line up. Get some younger bodies out there. But if they can get everybody healthy, that's the main thing. If Derek Harmon come back, that's the reason they drafted him, was to go out there and be a starter, on the D-line. a big body up front who can play the run and who also can get pressure in from the middle, but he's been injured. So we don't know if he's going to. He practiced back-to-back days, but I don't think he's going to play this Sunday unless he does play a limited role, but he should be definitely back by next week with the Vikings. Him and Deshaun Elliott both should be back next week, so we'll see. You see, Aaron is still playing good football when that reference like, yeah, he can still play good, but I don't think he'll be able to play. Like, I think by 80% of the time you can get Aaron Rodgers playing like, Aaron Rodgers, but it's gonna be some games where like the defense needs to step up. Aaron Rodgers can't be like he can't be the only focal point. That's what the Jets did, and it didn't work out too well. You put too much on an older quarterback, can't be the only focal point of the team. This was golf or like I don't know, like NASCAR or something. When you by yourself, you control it, then it'd be different. But the team gotta like lift them up and hold and carry their own weight. We need our playmakers to go out there and lock in. They're putting pieces together during the season, which at least they're doing something. Yeah, they make some moves. We did not need Rodgers. Well, based off what we had last year, I like Rodgers more than Russell Wilson, but we still have a quarterback problem, of course, next season, because I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to play for a longer. Take probably a 1-year rental, kind of like Russell Wilson was a 1-year rental as well. So we'll have to see what quarterback. That's a story for the future. I get the Steelers just worry about this season, but yeah, I would have hoped they. Well, they do have Will Howard on the roster too. We'll see how he looks eventually, but I don't know if they have too much promise to him or not. But yeah, we'll see. But I think Aaron Rodgers can be good 80% of the time. All we need him to do is really go out there and be Aaron Rodgers for like 12 games. 12 games. And then we can go out there and win some of those games. We got a chance to get the playoffs. Yeah, but yeah, that's the main thing right there, being able to play your style. But look at the Patriots stats. The last game, Drake made it look good. He had 2 touchdowns, 19 for 23, 2 touchdowns. I think Tua had 2 touchdowns as well, but they were able to move the ball on the Patriots defense. The Patriots defense wasn't the best. You've seen them in week 1 and you've seen them in week 2. People were able to move the ball on them, of course. So Devon A-Chain, he had 11 carries for 30 yards. Tyreek Hill had over 100 yards in that game. They were able to move the ball on them, but they couldn't really stop what the Patriots were doing fully offensively. They were able to get everything they wanted. So the Steelers really. Because I'm trying to see, like, the Patriots team is very young, too. It's a young team, so we know they have talent on the team, but you should be able to win this game. You got to win this game. You got to win the game against the Patriots. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I know it's only week 3. I know a lot of people was overreacting, of course, the week 2 loss, which is a bad loss to the Seahawks. But luckily, it's an NFC loss. So in the end game, it won't affect you as much. It still affect you because it's a loss, but it won't affect you as much when it comes to a seed and things. But you're playing the Patriots this week. You got to win this game. And I know you're on the road, but you got to find a way to win. So we'll see how the Steelers can win. Starting off with the Steelers offense. The Steelers offense need to get the ball out quick. When you have a bad O-line, we've seen it when the Steelers had Randy Fittner. He was the play caller. And one thing he did good. Now, he might did a lot of things that was not good at all. Some bad things with the play calling, but one thing he did good when the O-line was kind of crumbling. We had Kendrick Green. We had guys who were older, who were retiring and stuff like that on the O-line. It wasn't playing too good. When we won that stretch, we won 11 straight games, got the ball out fast. Big Ben them got the ball out fast like that. Got the ball out fast and quick and in space. We couldn't even run the ball. We had Anthony McFarland and Jalen Warren was just getting on the scene. You had Benny Snell as well. You had Jalen Samuels. You had running backs who might not even be on teams. Other teams like being our running backs for that season. And the Steelers find a way to still win 12 games, get the ball out fast. Now, of course, in the end, it didn't turn out the way we wanted to turn out, but you got the ball out fast. We've seen it with Kenny Pickett. He got the ball out fast, too, as well, when O-line was collapsing. I thought the Steelers need to start doing that. Go that approach a little bit, use the short passing game as an extension to your run, and get the ball out quick. And also, for the running game, we've seen Jalen Warren get some success last game, but they don't really give him enough touches in the run game. Overall, the whole game he gets touches. Of course, he gets some stuff passed to him. He gets some things some handoffs here and there. But I thought the Steelers, they give you a few handoffs, and then they wait till the end of the quarter to give you something else, so you never get the momentum to build yourself up to keep running. And Caleb Johnson, he shouldn't be doing kick returns at all. That should never been his thing because in college he never did that. I don't know why they didn't want to use him as a running back. We drafted him in the 3rd round for a reason. This big running back who has speed, athleticism. We see what he did in training camp and preseason. I know it's preseason and stuff, of course, but Caleb Johnson needs to get some touches. I want to see him get like 10 carries. They started increasing it as time goes on. He's a young guy. He got a lot of talent. Don't kill his confidence by just keep letting him do stuff that's not really good. Then you have him out there like 2 snaps. And Kenneth Gainwell, he's cool as a passing back. But it's the reason the Eagles only use him as in the red zone most of the time because he's only good when he's catching. He can run, of course, here and there, but I want Caleb Johnson to get those handoffs like that. You have him going out there running routes. You don't need to do that. Let him get handoffs and go downhill and see what you got in him like that. So we'll see what happens. I just want to see the Steelers establish the run and actually like go for it. Like, don't just run the ball if you get stuffed and just, we're not going to run no more. Keep staying with it. Staying with it and try to like create some dominance like that. It's all about effort. I feel like two things in football about effort is run blocking and run defense. It's about effort. By being able, like, you're gonna be able to go out there and create holes for your running back, or be able to stop the other team from running the ball. It's about effort, and the Steelers haven't been showing any effort at all. They said we lost to the team up north 3 times in a row. I hope it doesn't get. Yeah, the Patriots for some reason, even without Belichick, with Belichick they was doing some crazy stuff, pulling fire alarms and doing all type of things. But even without Belichick, we lost to them. We lost to that was Bailey Zappi. He had like 3 touchdowns that game. And Mr. Trubisky on 4th and 2 decided to throw a goat ball to Deontay Johnson for no reason, and we lost the game, of course. But I think in this matchup right here, we do have a better roster. They have a young roster, of course. They got talent, Christian Gonzalez. I think we were playing this game, and they got, of course, Milton Williams, a guy up front that we need to watch because he can definitely destroy a game and wreck a game too, especially. So that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem for us up front. Milton Williams can destroy a game. We've seen what he did in the Super Bowl to Patrick Mahomes. And you see what he did at the playoffs with the Eagles, and the reason he got paid this big money is he can go out there and destroy a game. I want him to be a Steeler. There's a lot of players on the Eagles that want to be a Steeler. I wanted Jalen Hurts to be a Steeler, but we got Chase Claypool. I wanted Cooper DeJean and Quinn Mitchell, one of them, to be a Steeler. And I wanted Milton Williams in free agency, but we had the money to pay him. But, yeah, he can destroy a game, so you got to watch out for him. So that's one thing, too. Is to keep Caleb away from special teams and hand him, yes, please give him the ball. I'm like, the man has a lot of talent. They were raving about him all through training camp. They were putting him in all situations. Like, he's very physical. He's like a combination of Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry. Let us see that then. Give him the ball. Give him the handoffs. Downhill. Not that crazy stuff. You got him running routes and stuff. I seen like the last game he ran a route. The game before that, he ran a route. He only got one handoff. It was an outside zone little pitch. Stop doing that. Give him the ball downhill. Like he did Najee Harris last year. Use him like that. Where you're just running straight downhill. We're going straight downhill, and we've seen the speed he has, the physicality he played with, of course, as well. And I feel like you give him more chance and opportunity, build confidence up, you'll probably see him start developing to a pretty good back. So we have to see if the Steelers decide to do that. But that's the main thing, though. Get the ball out quick, establish a run, and playmakers. Get the ball to playmakers in space. You know, DK Metcalf had 20, I think he averaged 20 yards per catch first game. We've seen Jonah Smith get a touchdown, of course, as well. Calvin Austin got some catches and made some plays in space. I know last game he didn't play the best football. Roman Wilson, I have no idea what he's been doing. I have no idea what Roman Wilson been doing. Roman Wilson has been just going out there. He's been getting cardio in. Russell Westbrook, little meme, he's just out here getting cardio. That's what Roman Wilson doing out there. He's just running out there getting cardio in and just waving to the fans. I don't know what he's doing. I haven't seen him make one play at all. I haven't seen him block anybody. I haven't seen him catch a ball. Now, maybe because he's not getting targeted, but when you see some of the film, he's not getting open. So, I don't know. Roman Wilson, I had a lot of promise for him. Of course, it's only year 2 in his career. He still has a lot of time. There's a lot of games left, a lot of season left for him to get it together. But I hope to see him step up and make some plays, of course. And I know there's a lot of rumors circulating around, too, since the Dolphins lost a 3rd straight game. And Tyreek Hill might be available. In my opinion, I wouldn't mind Tyreek Hill. You know, now the off-the-field stuff, if he can keep that to a minimum, well, keep that to nothing at all, actually, that'd be good. But Tyreek Hill's a good player. He's a good player. You know, Jalen Waddle would be the perfect person I would like to take on the team, but they're not going to trade Jalen Waddle away. But that's a story for a different time. But I think the Steelers, all you got to do is just get the ball to your playmakers in space, run the ball, establish the run, and then get the ball out quick. You do that right there, you have a chance to win. And the Patriots defense, I'm not saying it's like horrible. They got some pieces, like I mentioned, like Milton Williams, Christian Gonzalez and stuff. But you can exploit their defense. It's a lot of mismatches in secondary. You have the size advantage. You have Jonah Smith. You have Pat Freiermuth. I need Pat Freiermuth to play better, too. I know I had a lot of hope for Pat Freiermuth. He'd be one of like the top tight ends, like a Pro Bowl level tight end. But he's really not that level, I don't think. He's a good tight end. He's a cool tight end, a solid tight end. You know, he can get you 600 yards a season around that range. But I feel like he's still missing that extra that makes people great. Like, remember that play Aaron Rodgers did where he ran down the field? Now, there's a flag, of course. We still have some yards on the play. But that's what plays like the great players make. Yeah, catch that ball and make those plays on the sideline. Pat Freiermuth does that at times, but be inconsistent on some of those big-time plays. I want to see him just be there. Jonah Smith, I know Jonah Smith is a very good player. He's a good tight end. He's a Pro Bowl tight end. He actually has a Pro Bowl from last season. And he get like himself like situated a little bit better with the Steelers, and then start utilizing him a lot more. Arthur Smith loves him, so we'll start seeing him get more touches as well. But mismatches, that's all I got to do. DK Metcalf, What the Seahawks do well with him? They gave him the ball in space. Give him the ball in space, he can turn a 5-yard route, 5-yard catch, I meant to say, 5-yard catch into like a 40-yard game. We see him do it in week 1. We see him do it throughout his Seahawks whole career. Right after the catch is his main thing. Give him the ball in space. Now, he has some drops, of course, but give him the ball in space. Screen passes, little quick crosser routes when he's on the move and stuff. Give him the ball in space and see how things happen. Tony can deal with Tyreek if anything, but we'll see. Yeah, he dealt with Antonio Brown for what, like 8 years? Like 7 years, 8 years? I think like 7 years, 8 years he dealt with Antonio Brown. So he definitely can deal with Tyreek Hill. I don't know if he wants to deal with him. But yeah, he can definitely deal with them though. That's an interesting locker room. You got Aaron Rodgers, you got DK Metcalf and Tyreek Hill. Those personalities, that is crazy. that'd be like Hard Knocks waiting to record everything to see what happens. But that's how you win on offense. To do that, you have success. Defense. Third down coverage, and of course, stopping the run. That's the main thing. I ain't gonna mention stopping the run too much because we've been talking about stopping the run for forever. Like that seemed like it, but just stop the run. Just play better. Put bigger bodies out there. When you see Cole Holcomb out there, Peyton Wilson is cool in coverage. I feel like last year, the reason we seen Peyton Wilson play so well, they kind of utilized him in different coverages and had him out there. Atlanta Roberts is one player I did like a lot. He's not on the team anymore, of course. But he was very good at getting downhill, making plays. We got a guy like Juwan Bentley who's similar to that. And now you got Cole Holcomb too as well. We'll see if he get more touches. He played a little better in the run as well too. It's only a small sample size, but I think it showed like he had I think 14 or 15 snaps. And on the Steelers, I gave the opposing teams like I think held them to like under like 3 yards a carry. So he was playing pretty good out there when he had opportunity throughout the first 2 weeks. But it's only a small sample size. You need to see him play out there more and see what can happen. So Cole Holcomb, give him opportunities. And Jabril Peppers, his specialty is playing the run, playing downhill. He want to hit somebody. He want to knock somebody's head off. So have him going out there, load up the box. Thorhill was cool, but he had a lot of mishaps. He got ran over a few times. He got thrown out the way a few times. Pitch Jabril Peppers out there, and you can kind of rotate in because Thorhill can play in coverage. And we know Peyton Wilson can play in coverage. So start mixing it up. If you can kind of force teams to be where they have to pass the ball on third down, you'll be good. And when you get to third down, press coverage. We see a lot of 20 plays. The plays they had the big time yardage on and touchdowns on was we playing man-to-man defense, but y'all 10 yards, 12 yards off. Why? Play press coverage on third down. If you're going to play man-to-man, press coverage. You have the personnel for it. You have the Ramses. You have the Darius Slays. JPJ won't be playing this week probably, but you have other guys, of course, around who can go out there and play press coverage and be physical with the receivers. To not give them all that space. Because when you backpedaling 12 yards out, they run a crosser route, and they cross your face, you already lost. You're not going to be able to catch up that fast. And the safety, being single high up, you got to make a decision. I'm going to take the guy right here on the left side or the right side. And then, basically, you still lose either way. If you take that guy, you throw that way. You take the other guy, throw that way. So you need to start playing better and getting better schemes, of course, for that. So they get teams in third and long and just give up as the highest paid defense. We need more stops. Yes. Like it's still crazy. Like the third and long always hunts me. It'd be like they got a big play, like a sack or a tackle for loss. It'd be like 3rd and 14, and they'd be like, that's worse than 3rd and 4. Like 3rd and 4, I feel more comfortable the Steelers getting a 3rd and 4 stop than 3rd and 14. I thought they started playing too soft. They'd play all the way off. Like they'd play like 12 yards off, even though the line of game is 15. And then by the time the person catch the ball, they slip one tackle because our tackling be poor most of the time, and they just walk right to the first down. You'd be like, come on, really? That happen too often for our team. So hopefully the Steelers can kind of switch that up. In this game right here. And I know people say, it's just the Patriots. We can no. You can't overlook any opponents. Like being too confident is what happens. That's why we're in the predicament we're in right now. Now we still 1-1. We won 1. We lost 1. The defense is allowing 31 points per game, but that can change this Sunday. This Sunday you get a victory, and then you'll be on the road again because you got to play in Ireland after against the Vikings, and then after that you have to go be on the bye week, and then after that, then you come back home. So you don't have a home game in a while. So we'll see how things go, but I think the Steelers can definitely win this game. And here are my keys to victory. Play to your strengths. Create mismatches in secondary, and move the sticks. I feel like the last game we did a lot of to bring back Blitzburg. Yes, Blitzburg. We need that. The Steelers been blitzing like under 50% the past 2 games. The last game was like 43%. First game was like under 40%. They haven't seen the blitzes in like that. Steelers, one thing they used to do well. They send a cornerback blitz in. They send a safety blitz in. A linebacker delayed blitz or something in. We've seen it happen. That's what success too. Last week when we had some blitzes like sent in, of course, and made some plays, of course. And when Sam Darnold had to drop back and throw the ball, you see what happened. He made mistakes. But when you give him when you give the team the ability to run the football, it makes it easier for the quarterback. And now everybody's engaged on a run, and you get to play action pass like they did, and you see JSN wide open, Cooper Kupp wide open, tight ends wide open, everybody's wide open. So you just start playing, smarter, playing on and being able to stop the run, where you force a team to have to throw the ball on third down when you know they're going to have to throw it, like it's third and long. Then you can start playing your style of football, sending blitzes in and getting pressures in. But like I mentioned many times, on this channel, the other channel, it's like I've been doing the YouTube thing. If you can't win the trenches, you're not going to win it all. Like that. That's especially in college football. College football is the main thing. We see a lot of teams, of course, can't win in the trenches. You don't have the right O-line play, can't do anything. And you have the right guys in D-line, you can't do anything. And a team can just control the whole game. They can run the ball on you consistently and get 5 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. It's easy. Then you start overloading the box and say, okay, we're going to go out there and just play action and toss it like that. And somebody will be wide open every time because you're going to be thinking they're going to run the ball because they get so much success from running it. So it's all about a strategy thing, really. All about a strategy thing. He said, people start looking at the Steelers as fans and judge them like they are with any 31 teams, then maybe we can start being realistic. Yes, but it's still on week 2. Now this is like it's still on week 3. If this is like week like 7 to 8 or 9, then be like, okay, maybe like very panicky. I'm not gonna panic just yet. Of course, as fandom, you're gonna have a little bias. Of course, it's a natural part of being a fan of something. You're gonna be biased a little bit. I think you think your team can win every game. Now, this game, I actually think we can win this game. And then that's other games in the future that we're gonna see. We have some tough matchups coming up. The next matchup will be tough, even without their starting quarterback. It'd be tough too as well against the Vikings. But I think the Steelers can win this game. You just gotta play your style of football, move the sticks, and just play smart. The Steelers try to do too much. We did a lot of empty sets last week, which is not necessary, especially when your O-line play is poor. It's kind of hard to go empty when you don't have the guys blocking because they send 6 in, and you have 5, and the 5 can barely hold the 4-man rush. They say we're going to send a blitz. We send 2 extra guys in. You see how Aaron Rodgers got lit up last week. He threw a turnover, of course, at the end of the game, like trying to force some stuff like that. A few turnovers, but just play smart. Get the ball out quick, and we're about moving the sticks. Don't look to try to get the big plays and do all the crazy stuff. Against the Jets, they play smart. Still got the ball out quick. We've seen the ball get out quick. DK Metcalf has some run to the catch. We've seen, of course, Calvin Austin on the sideline, back sort of fades, quick passes to kind of get the sticks moving and playing smart football. I feel like the O-line is bad. You can't be holding the ball too long, and you can't have your quarterback going out there doing play actions and bootlegs where he got to turn around. And as soon as you turn around, he's about to get lit up. And he's already 41. We've seen Aaron Rodgers come off Achilles tear a few years ago. So Arthur Smith is called a more condensed game. I'm not saying not be like too conservative where you're scared to do anything, but just play where you're like, okay, let me do this, let me get the ball out. Jaylen Warren. See Jaylen Warren, what he did last week, get the ball in his hands. Jaylen Warren, DK Metcalf, Jonas Smith, just move the sticks, get 5 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. And then when the opportunity opens up, then take shots. I feel like last week we tried to take too many shots down the field. It was like, oh, we got a better receiving core than the Seahawks secondary, but you can't take the shot down the field if your guys can't block too long. What up, Jamal? What up? What up? Yes, gotta get the ball out fast, run screens. Yes, we need to get the ball in space. Like we have the players. We have the DK Metcalfs. We have the Jaylen Warrens. We have the guys, Jonas Smith. Give them the ball in space. It says some of the major issues have been going on for a long time. Not covering the middle of the field. Yes, not attacking the middle of the field on offense, and also not covering the middle of the field. So it's like a two-way street too for the Steelers. It's like they're doing both wrong things. It said linebacker not able to get through blocks. Yes. Handing off from shotgun. Yes. I hate the shotgun handoff. When you start doing that, the team know you can't run the ball. Then they're like, okay, they're trying to do something different. They know you can't run the ball. Like that. So like we don't really do a lot of under center runs like we used to do in the old days. Now there's a lot of shotgun runs, which works maybe at the goal line if you do it at the RPO, but teams know you can't run the ball if you run from the shotgun a lot often. The screen guy Warren, yes. Warren, when he get the ball in space, he starts going crazy. I wish he would have scored in that play. That play he had last week, that was a big time play. I wish he would have scored in that play. He was almost there. I know he ran out of gas a little bit, but he was breaking tackles. And then that's when the game kind of turned. We seen the interception happen. We still was in it after the interception, but then that's when everything was shifted. The momentum, everything was just like, man, like that. You got to catch that ball. I'm like, you got to catch that ball, Calvin Austin. The ball in your hands, You got to catch that. I think the ball was originally for Pat Fryermuth in the back, but Calvin Austin jumped in front of it to catch it and tipped it up in the air, got picked off. I'm like, man. So lack of identity. Yep. You got to come on our show or something. Hey, just send me an email. Just send me an email. Maybe should be the Arsenal DB@gmail.com. He said trade for Najee. Yeah, Najee. One thing about Najee, even though people said that his lack of speed, his lack of burst, of course, he played with effort. He had 1,000 yards 4 straight seasons. I know people say, well, it's easy to get it. All you need is 60 yards. It was that easy. Everybody had it, I think. Because we see a lot of people not be able to withstand playing every game. A lot of running backs get injured a lot. So Najee Harris, one thing about him, he stayed consistent. He got 1,000 yards every year. Wasn't the best, of course, explosive runs and big time runs like a Barkley or a Derrick Henry. But he made plays. He got some production, of course. And now the Chargers, they just have him just sitting there. I don't know what they got him doing. They just got him just sitting there. He said the fact that Terrell Austin is still defensive coordinator is mind blowing. Yeah, I still don't know how. That's the video we had. Like as soon as the season ended, I was like, okay, we're probably gonna get a new defensive coordinator. We'll see who's out there. Maybe one of those young guys, somebody like that from college who's more aggressive or something. And they kept Terrell Austin. The Steelers be too loyal to a fault. They keep quarterbacks. Like Big Ben, he should have retired a little bit before his time, like that. They kept him too long, and then they always they too loyal to like legends like Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. They're cool and all, but they still wait too long to get somebody. They'd be like, oh, this guy right here had 4 Super Bowls. He had this and that. I'm like, but he's 38 now, coach. You still want him? Like, y'all, I still want him. I think he still got it. So Joe Hayden turned out good, and so far Ramsey. I know he had 100 yards allowed last game, but overall Ramsey been pretty good so far. And Aaron Rodgers, he had one good game, one bad game. But I thought the Steelers be too loyal to a fault sometimes, and they mess themselves up. It's our O-line coach. Yeah, Mike Munchak, we need to find a way to bring him back. I think I don't want to stay where he's at, because I think he lived in Denver. He wanted to be close to his family, but yeah, throw some money or something, you know. Say we pay you double the amount or something, because he was very good there. He said that'd be like a mini Beastquake like touchdown. Yep, that one he had, the one that Najee had against the Raiders. That was a very, very good run. Not the coaches run, it's the players that are not in the core. They're trying to love each other, but they're all over the place. The fact we still don't have a number 2 receiver for the second straight year is confusing. Yeah, I thought the Steelers were going to draft. I think one thing I had was Emeka Egbuka was in the first round, but they went Derek Carmen. I was like, okay, Derek Carmen, okay. And then the second round, I was like, okay, maybe Jaden Higgins or somebody. Nope. They took somebody else, and then somebody else, and somebody else. And they didn't draft all that. Oh, they didn't draft a receiver. Because there's a lot of receivers in this draft, some big receivers too. Like Jaden Higgins would have been nice. A big receiver, big body receiver, and different guys, of course, in this draft, but still decided not to do it. I said maybe they'll get a guy for agency. Juwan Jennings was a guy who was asking for a trade from the 49ers, looking for more money. Jacoby Myers, another guy, asking for more money as well. There's a lot of different guys. I thought Steelers going to make a move or something, but they haven't did that yet. Maybe they got something in the works. They might make a move like they did last year where they got Mike Williams. Hopefully it's better than the Mike Williams results from last year. He only had like 1 good catch for a touchdown. They really utilized him a lot because he's kind of limited only. And then now he's retired now too. He only kind of run like just verts like that, go balls really. But hopefully we can get a guy. We can get like a receiver too. Take pressure off of even Cap. Even Cap been getting double teamed. You watch some of the stuff. It's like 2 guys over there bracketing him and getting double teamed. And the way the Steelers scheme is, I feel like they only have like one primary option. They're like every time you drop back, there's only one primary option. Then the quarterback gotta make something happen. I don't know why it's not like a lot of different options in some of the play calls. So we see how much we miss Najee. And then we drafted to give the man. Yes, Jamal, that's true. We need to give Caleb Johnson the ball. I don't know why they have him doing everything but getting handoffs downhill. Like we need him to get the ball. Yes, Jerry, we should keep Flores. Flores is good. And with the Vikings, what he's doing now is very good too. I'm surprised the Steelers didn't. I would have been, because like after that year too, I would have said, yeah, Terrell Austin, you either get demoted or fired. You know, and he probably chose the demotion, and I would have promoted Brian Flores to defensive coordinator and assistant head coach. That would have been my goal. I thought Coach Tomlin probably do that, maybe have Brian Flores on the roster so you can just turn, hey, when you're done, you hand the keys over to somebody else. I'm surprised he haven't got a protege yet. I feel like Coach Tomlin is kind of getting near into the time he's going to retire. Because it's like, what, year 20, I think, 19, 20. And the way he's talking, and the way he's getting veteran quarterbacks, he want to start over with the young guy, I think he's about to retire soon. But I think he just won one more championship before he does retire. But I'm surprised he haven't got a protege or anybody to bring in to keep understaffed to have, like, I thought he'd be still around the organization, kind of like Popovich for the Spurs. He kind of just moved up to be like the Steelers team president or something. Because Coach Allen can definitely lure in talent because a lot of people want to play for him. So he can definitely still be part of the organization. But I think he's gonna retire soon. I think he's kind of getting close to that. The way he be sounding in interviews in the off season, the past few years, I'm like, you're getting close to that. I feel like he win a Super Bowl. If we can get a Super Bowl, I don't know about that, but we'll see. But if he can get a Super Bowl, he'll probably retire. I think he's getting close to that. The Darius Slay's not going to end well. Darius Slay, he's holding on by a thread. He made a play, I think, against the Jets a little bit. He got scored on too against the Jets. And then against the Seahawks last week, he was like a little shaky. He's a little older. He had the knee injury already. With the Eagles, the Eagles probably bring him back. The knee injuries, and then he had and then he had a little bit of tweak in training camp, so it lingers on a little bit. So his experience, his leadership and veteran experience, because he had some good speeches, and he was talking to the guys and telling them, hey, it's not over. He said, I started off like this last year with the Eagles when we started the season off very shaky. People were saying, oh, they're done, and we went to win the Super Bowl. Now we don't have a Jalen Hurts or a Barkley on our team, but I understand the message he got behind it, saying to keep going. He says Arthur Smith over there. Arthur Smith, his play calling, it's crazy because he be inconsistent. He had moments where he's calling a good game, and he had moments where he's like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta like stay with it, stay consistent. But it can be up and downs. So watch us pick up Allen Lazard. he might be better than what we have though. I think he'd be right number 2 if we did pick him up. Well, I would prefer us to go get like a Jacoby Myers. I think would be good because you can see when you watch the Raiders game, his heart not in it no more because he want to get paid, of course. And the Steelers have the money to pay him. I think he asking for like 17 mil, 18 mil a year or something, 16 mil a year. He had 1,000 yards last year, being close to 100 catches. I'll do it. He's only 27, 28 years old. I think 28 years old. It wouldn't be bad. Or Juwan Jennings or somebody like that. Allen Lazard would be probably number 2 if he was to get signed. I think he's better than Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson. It's really just DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin because after that it's just Ben Skowronek didn't score a touchdown. I give him that. He scored a touchdown week 1 and he made a big special teams play, but he's not really a all down purpose receiver. We need some guys who we had Antonio Brown and Martavis Bryant. Even when we had that, we had Marcus Whedon. Marcus Whedon made plays. We ain't got anybody like that. We ain't got nobody who can be consistent. Even Darius Harry Bay, he didn't play the best football throughout his team with the Steelers. The Steelers got him for the speed and stuff, but he made more plays than some of the guys we got right now, which is crazy. Roman Wilson becoming the Dre Archer type in a little bit. I'm not saying he's Dre Archer, but he's becoming like Dre Archer. They have all this promise. Now, Dre Archer had a little more height because of speed, but Roman Wilson, we had all this promise for him. The Steelers, Omar Khan, and everybody was raving about him, saying, yes, he's going to be the next big thing. He's going to be real good. We trust him a lot. He haven't done anything. We got to see. Yeah, I think Tomlin coaches through the end of his contract. Yeah, he got 2 years left. I think he's not winning a Super Bowl. I think he want to go out with a bang, go out with a Super Bowl win, and become like the Steelers team president or GM or something. I think he'd be around that range. He's staying in the organization. He's one of those guys that probably be working to the day he died. He's one of those types, be around the organization. Kind of like Pete Carroll is. Pete Carroll came back to coach though, but he was in the organization, the Seahawks, working and doing stuff. It makes him the Jets playing him. He has a familiarity with Rodgers. Yep. It's too inconsistent. The game plan around the strengths of the other teams instead of building identity. Yep. We lose this game, it's going to go down. Yeah, we can't lose this game. You got to win this game. I know people say, well, a must-win game in week 3. Yes. Every game is must-win, but this right here is a must-win game. You get yourself back on point. It's how to take AB back at this point. I think AB got a warrant out for his arrest. AB got a warrant out for his arrest. I don't know. I think they say try to shoot somebody or something. So Antonio Brown, yeah, I wish he was still. He was probably still be playing because he was one of those guys who was in shape, very good shape. He probably would still been playing right now. I think he's 36, 37, 38. He probably would still been playing right now as a veteran if he had a normal head. And that man had some. I don't know what happened. I guess it was always there. He just kind of kept it contempt a little bit and just started snapping. Yeah, but put Roman on kick returns because he isn't doing. Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't do kick returns and punt returns because he has the speed and quickness. Might as well let him get some type of Oh, we should have kept what's his name? What's his name? Lou Nichols. Lou Nichols, that running back we had in preseason. Should have kept him. He was doing very good in kick returns and punt returns. in preseason, and he was doing good as a running back as well. But the Steelers said, let's let him go. I would have kept him. And Kenneth Gainwell was cool, but I would have probably kept him over Kenneth Gainwell. he like he had fresh legs too. He had motivation. He was like, I'm trying to make a team. I never played in NFL, so it would have been a little better. But we got who we got now. We got to see how things kind of shape out. But that's basically the main things, really. Let me get to my score prediction. I forgot about that. My score prediction for this game. Leave yours down below as well, guys. Steelers win 24-14. The game going to start off where we're going to be kind of like last week a little bit. Steelers start off a little shaky and fans go, oh, shoot. Here we go again. And then at halftime, it's going to be Patriots up 7. Well, actually, no. Yeah. Patriots going to be up. No. Actually, I shouldn't do that. No, I'm going to say, Patriots going to be up 14-7 at halftime. And we're going to be like, oh, here we go again. And then we're going to see the Steelers score, touchdown, tie the game up, and then score another touchdown in the fourth quarter, and then get a field goal. Comfortable win. 24-14. Steelers win. Start off a little shaky, because we always start the game. I don't know why we start to get every game off so slow. It may probably been a few games in the past few years, maybe like 2 or 3 games. Maybe made a game against the Bengals. We had the shootout, the game against the Commanders, and maybe the game that we had against the Jets recently. Besides that, the Steelers always start the games off so slow. They'd be like, why are we scoring only 7 points in the first half? I'm like, you played like 30 minutes in the first half, and you only scoring 7 points, and you start off so slow. Then the second half, they come out surging a little bit. Steelers start the game off slow, so I think the game will start off slow where we like, here we go again. It'll be the Patriots up 14-7. It's going to be something crazy happen. Watch somebody, Stephon Diggs or something. He's feeling very happy probably recently. Stephon Diggs get a touchdown or something. And then you're like, oh, Steelers down 14-7. And then halftime comes in, Steelers turn it around, win 24-14. That's my prediction. That's the fan in me. That's the fan in me. That P3, that's the fan in me. I told you, the fandom, you look a little biasness. I'm holding out hope like that. Now, if I wasn't a Steelers fan, I would not pick the Steelers to win this game because I know the Steelers, they've been playing too good football. They've been playing a little shaky. Of course, the defense been allowing everything. And Drake May, how you played last week against the Dolphins. The Dolphins and Steelers defense don't look any different. You look at the film, they're leaving guys wide open. So, in my opinion, I'd be like, okay, they playing on the road. They play against the Patriots, and your team already shaky. Of course, I'll pick the other team. But as a fan, I'm picking the Steelers, of course. He said, about to bet. I would actually in this game, I wouldn't even bet on it. This would be a game I skip. But let's see. I would say after a bad loss, the Steelers do always find a way to make it happen. So I probably bet on the Steelers, but in reality, I probably wouldn't bet on any of the teams. I can't trust the Patriots keeping up what they did last week. I can't trust the Steelers right now fully. But I want that to do about the Steelers. They do find a way. It'd be like when you think they're supposed to win a game or something crazy is happening, they find a way to pull it out a little bit and pull it off to win. So we'll see. Just funny how you got it drawn out. You could do that infinite number of times. Yeah. Y'all, we should win this game. We should win this game based off of we're just looking at paper. You're looking at paper and it's looking at the names on the depth chart. Still got this. They got the Patriots outmatched. In reality, the defense and our offense, we got them outmatched a little bit. But the game not won through depth chart. The game is won through playing the game. So you gotta go out there and play. And the Patriots, they've been more prepared the past 2 games than we've been prepared, of course, in our past 2 games. But I think the Steelers, when the pressure is on, the seats get a little hot, they do find a way to pull it off. So I think the game is going to be 24-14. Steelers start the game off slow. Watch this score opening drive touchdown to give us hope. It'll be 7-0, and then the Patriots score 14 unanswered points at halftime, and then it'll be like 14-7, and then the Steelers go out there and get their touchdown, make it 14-14, then 21-14, and then 24-14. Steelers win. That's my opinion. That's how I kind of want to go a little bit. The Steelers all got to play with our nerves. Every game it got to be a nerve record game. I haven't seen a blowout victory. Actually, when was the last time we had a blowout? We had one last year. We beat the Bengals. It might have been the Browns game, the second one. We blew them out in that game. The Browns second game. The Jets game too last year. We played the Jets last year. We blew them out when Russell Wilson was throwing up jump balls. He was just throwing it up. I think we blew them out that game. But yeah, the Steelers really have a lot of games where these have us just be comfortable. We can just sit back and relax the whole entire game and just Like, yeah, let me just enjoy, some chicken wings, or let me just enjoy some popcorn or something, just watch the game. You can look at your fantasy team, but when the Steelers playing, I can never take my phone for fantasy or look at anything else. Sometimes unless it's commercial break, because you be so into it, you be like, dang, everything gotta be like nail biting and a nerve wrecker. It gotta be just crazy. I'm taking years off my life. I want them to win, but I have feelings it's gonna look like more the same. I hope not, but I can't blame you for feeling like that because they haven't shown us that they're their full potential just yet. But I think they're gonna be able to show us eventually, hopefully. That there are no more excuses. If we lose this game, I don't hear any more of Tomlin's BS. Yeah, after a while, I love Coach Tomlin. Know what he did as a legend. But like he said his own words. He said it's not about what you've done. He said you can look at your resume when you retire. But he said people based off what you do right now, and what you're doing in this moment right here. And Coach Tomlin, eventually after a while, when people start saying like, yeah, we gotta come back and do this, the words don't have the same weight. If you're losing a lot of games, it's the same story over and over. Like teammates be like, okay, it's the same thing. He's gonna say we gotta bounce back and do this, but it's gonna be the same result. After a while, you start losing your words, and that's when the coach starts losing your locker room. Now, Coach Tomlin, of course, a lot of the players have respect for him, of course, as well. But after a while, it happened to every coach. It happened to Bill Belichick, it happened to Pete Carroll in recent history. It happened to a lot of different coaches throughout the league, of course, like that. When they start losing their touch a little bit, like you're saying and preaching the same things, but getting the same results, which is like dang, like the same thing over and over. So after a while, I start losing his weight. But I think Coach Tomlin, he got to at least get one more. Got to get one more. You got to. You have to get one more. It's been a long time. The last time Steelers was in the Super Bowl was in 2011, right? Against the Packers. The Black Eyed Peas performed at halftime. I was like 10 years old. I was 9. I was 9. Because it was before, yeah. I was 9 years old. The Black Eyed Peas performed. I Got a Feeling. They performed all those songs at halftime. I was here in Dallas, where I live. It was in Dallas. Like, that's the last time I still went to the Super Bowl. I'm 24 years old now. I turned 24 last month. The Steelers haven't been to the Super Bowl in quite some time. So, hopefully, we can get back there. And the last time they won a Super Bowl was in 2008, 2009. I was like 8 years old, depending on the time. But, yeah, it's been a long time the Steelers been to the Super Bowl. You got to get one more. You got to get, I don't care how you get it. Or what you got to do to get it. If we got to trade to get it, you have to get one more. You can't just go out like this where you just, like, I think Coach Tomlin will retire probably eventually after these 2 years, this contract. You can't just go out like and just, say, I went out on a playoff appearance. No. You got to win a Super Bowl. Or at least get there. At least get there and go out like in that way. You got to get one. So he said I was a senior in high school. See, like, it's been a while since the Steelers, like, got the Super Bowl. And they got so close a few times. There's a few times the Steelers got close. I seen that. I think somebody had like a thing and they was saying, what the year the Steelers kind of like they underachieved. I think it's the year when we got to the championship game against the Patriots. I feel like we got blown out in that game. Chris Hogan cooking us in that game, and of course the Browns won. We lost to the Browns. Big Ben turned the ball over a few times in the first half, and we lost to the Browns. We were like, dang, we lost to the Cleveland Browns. We would have beat the Browns the last game of the season. Played your starters and beat the Browns. They would never been in the playoffs in the first place. I don't know who would want to see a division opponent 3 times in the playoffs. It usually don't turn out too well for you. So we lost to them. And then I'll have to say the Jaguars won. The Jaguars game, that was probably one of the worst ones. You're the second seed, and you let Blake Bortles in your house walk you down. Leonard Fournette, Blake Bortles, the young Jaguars, walk you down and beat you. Put up 45 points? 45 points on you in your house? That was probably the 3 worst ones right there. I think the ones that the Steelers had a chance to actually get there, and they just collapsed in the playoffs. That right there, that was probably the worst one the Jaguars won. That's the worst one. Yeah, well, 46-3. Yeah, that right there was the worst one. You let Blake Bortles put up 46 points. That right, where Blake Bortles at right now? I have no idea. He probably like selling some car insurance, which is a good job, of course, too. But that right there is crazy. That is very crazy. Jesse James catch turned to hit. Yes, if the Steelers if Jesse James would have had a touchdown, we would have been number 1 seed, and we would have played the goddamn Titans. The Titans team would be blew out early in that season. Played the Titans, would have blew the Titans out in the playoffs. Got to the championship game against the Patriots, and I don't know what would have happened. But we would have got there at least. But we went down the other road to play Jaguars. But even if you are playing Jaguars, you still can't allow them to just beat you. We lost already to them early in the season. Big Ben threw 5 picks. This time, Big Ben looked good in this game. He had 5 touchdown passes, but we played from behind a lot of the game. Terry Brown had a big-time play on who's that? A.J. Boye, I think, in the corner. Scored touchdowns on him, of course. We see Martavis Bryant get a touchdown before halftime. And Le'Veon Bell, remember on that 4th down, the Steelers ran the ball instead of kicking the field goal, and they came back to hunt them in the end, and then they lost the game. So it was like, yeah. So that those games are like PTSD. I remember every moment in those games. Watching as a kid, you're like, dang, like man, those are PTSD games, especially that Patriot one. One of my best friends is a Patriot fan. We were watching the game together on Sunday before school the next day. And he was like, I was about to lose this game right there. After Juju hit that big run, and then the touchdown catch wasn't a catch, which is crazy because Zach Ertz that same year had caught a ball in the Super Bowl where it bounced up and he caught it like that. But Jesse James when he catches it, put it over the line, and his hand kind of slipped a little bit, but his hand's still on the ball is not a catch. I'm like, come on, NFL. I'm like, that right there was like some of the worst stuff. I might should make a video of the Pittsburgh Steelers trauma video. I always got ran through like a Kardashian. Yes. Leonard Fournette was looking too good in that game. He had like 100 yards in the first half. I felt like it. I'm like, man. But yeah, that right there was just crazy. But that's just the PTSD history. But we'll see what happens, of course, this year. Hopefully we don't have to suffer. But I see a lot of other fans too as well. I don't take it for granted too much because there's a lot of fans like some of my friends Cowboy fans. I live in Dallas, and they except my friend is Larry like 20, he's 25, 26. He never seen the Cowboys in the Super Bowl or the conference championship. He never seen the Cowboys get there. Of course, they popular and stuff, but he never seen them get there. My mom's a Dolphin fan. They haven't been in a long time like that. I don't think she's seen it in her lifetime because she's seen them get to the Super Bowl, but she hasn't seen them win a Super Bowl because she's like 43. So they haven't been there a long time. So it's some people who be like, yeah, what we have is bad, of course, not getting there in a while, but some people have never even experienced like that to that distance a little bit. So you're like, yeah, I don't take it for granted too much, but it's like, man, so we're the same boat as the Cowboys. Kind of, yeah, because we have the big name, very popular. You get all these national televised games, but you kind of have the same results like that. People hype you up every year, like, oh, the Steelers on national televised. You get to the playoffs, of course. We always get to the playoffs. That's one thing. We can get to the playoffs, but it's the beyond the playoffs. Can you get past that playoffs? That's the question. Yeah, but that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you're watching it after, leave your predictions down below. I'll see you guys on the post-game show on this channel. I'm going to do a live watch party on this channel as well for the Ireland game. So be on the lookout for that. The Ireland game will be live watch party on here. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be like 8 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah. I'll do one for that game. But post-game show, after the Patriots game, hopefully it's a win. If it's a win, I hope so. Like that. You'll know if it's a win. I have the thumbnail out early. If it's a loss, the thumbnail will be out a little later like that. Usually like that. So I'm hoping it's a win where it's like, okay, we're comfortable. We can go out there. We're not having a heart attack. And everybody can just be peaceful. Because sometimes, I know people always say to the fans, like, you shouldn't be, you invested in the game, but you're not losing. But like when you invest into the team, like that, and they lose. It do mess the rest of get the day up. You're like, dang, my day is messed up a little bit. And then people start texting you, like you get like 30 messages from like 20 different people, like, what happened to your Steelers? What happened to your Steelers? What happened to your Steelers? And now I have a YouTube channel on here and the other channel. People be on the comment section like, oh, you happened to your Steelers? What happened to your Steelers? I see crazy messages. So when we lose, I feel like I'm losing too. So hopefully we can win. We'll see what happens. So New England 20, Pittsburgh 60. I hope not. I hope it's switched around. If it's that score, it'll be horrible. I might play Madden or something, and try to like get some good juju or something. But I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out now. Okay, I keep pressing the button, but I keep missing it. Peace out. There you go.